Hello everyone. Today we will see the lesson Sound of Music. This chapter is about two music maestros and their lives. We will learn about multi-percussionist Evelyn Glennie and Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai player. The Sound of Music summary recaps the whole chapter in a simpler and the very easiest form. In this chapter, students will learn about the interesting lives of two musical legends. One part is about the Scottish musician Evelyn, and the other is about the Indian legend Bismillah Khan. Further, this chapter also chooses these two musicians because of their interesting lives. It will help students gain insight into their struggles and hard work. So, you will learn how hard work and determination can serve us well. It stays true to its name and gives inside stories too and fact behind the glitz and glamour of these musicians. Here the Sound of Music divides into two parts, each focus on the musicians, two musicians. Part 1 throws light on Evelyn's life and struggles to become a successful musician. Students will learn that she is a multi-percussionist. She has the talent to play hundreds of instruments perfectly. It tells how she gained international recognition. Okay, let's start lesson. Rush or clouds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. Here, jostle means push roughly. Okay, slight girl means small and thin girl looking younger than her 17 years, and she was very nervous yet excited too. Why? Because that is the thing here. She felt the vibration of the approaching train. um, what's interesting is the Evelyn is profoundly deaf. The musician learned to listen to music through her body and not from ears. So she does not hear music, she feels it. So here, any teenager fresh from Scottish farm, but this aspiring musician faced bigger challenge in her life because she was profoundly deaf. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. See here, Evelyn's Glennie's loss hearing has been that is very gradual. So her mother remembers noticing something was wrong. That 8-year-old girl Evelyn was waiting to play the piano, and they called her name that she didn't even respond. She didn't move. So I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. And for quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated, and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. So here her teacher headmistress urged her parents to take her to specialist because her marks are getting worse and worse. So you can take her to a specialist because of his growing deafness. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. So everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. So here they advise her parents to take him to a specialist, and then for this hearing, because that her hearing was severely impaired, and as a result that is gradual nerve damage, and they advised him to fitted some that hearing aids and sent to a deaf school. So after that, but Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. She began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. Suddenly, I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and lower from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. I had learned to open my mind and full and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. So here, thus her teacher Ron Forbes was one to recognize her talent by seeing that her potential. Ron Forbes spot her potential that he's having interest in music, and he unlocked doors to her potential and helped her to achieve an impossible. But she is now one of the most renowned name in the music industry. She has many accolades and awards into her name and serve as a great inspiration to especially disabled. And she can most of the teachers discouraged her, but she wanted to play xylophone. She would say try to sense he would say that try to sense it by the vibrations. Then says Evelyn, suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and lower drum from the waist down. Then Forbes repeat this exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered these notes, certain notes from the different parts of her body. And I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations, and then rest of the sheer determination and hard work. Sheer determination is very hard to put, means nischay, drid nischay, that is sheer determination and hard work. She never looked back. From that point onwards, she toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performance. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. Now she never looked back from that point onwards, and she toured United Kingdom and with a youth orchestra when she was 16, and she had also decided to make music her life, and she auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored highest marks for that from that academy. And she gradually moves from orchestra work to solo performances now, and at the end of the 3-year course, what she captured most of the top awards in music. And all of us all of and for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top. The world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some thousand instruments and hectic international schedule. Now, for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint for the any heroic achievement, and she believes that if you work hard, you know where you are, and you will get there, and you will get the results whatever you want. But what needs hard work, and you will get there. And she got right to the top, and now she is right to the top, the world's most sought multi percussionist, and with the mastery of 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule for the orchestra, for the solo performances, for everything. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. In 1 2 hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards gave me trouble. She laughed. It is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says. But that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. Now, it is not just watching the lips, it is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly, and she never missed a word. Men with bushy beard give me a trouble, she laughed, because not only it is not just watching the lips, it is to watch the whole face, especially the eyes. And she speaks flawlessly without fault or mistake with a Scottish lilt, and my speech is very clear because I could hear when she was 11, because from 11 years she is having that problem of deafness. So but it doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. For as for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. Every part of my body tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. So what she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin too, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing by the stick into the fingertips. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance flowing into her body, means the echo, the sound flowing into her body. And on the wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that she can easily feel the vibration, that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. She wants to feel the vibration very clearly, so it is nice to be barefoot. She removes her shoes so that the vibration passes easily. Not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audience. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Now she got the award, Soloist of the Year award, that is Philharmonic Society's prestigious award in 1991, and says master percussionist James Blaine, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. So that is something extraordinary in Evelyn. What we hear, she feels. What we hear, she can feels very smoothly, far more deeply than any of us. So that is why she expresses music so beautifully. Evelyn confesses that she is something of the workaholic. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musician, but the rewards are enormous. But what she is finding, that for the classical musician, rewards are enormous for her. Apart from the regular concert, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prisons and hospitals. She has given free concert to the in prisons and hospitals. She also gives high priority to classes for young musician. And Richelin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says, and she's also given fund for the deaf children, says she's shining inspiration for deaf children, and they see that there is nowhere that they cannot go, means that is not the thing to not to move forward. So you can, if she is doing, you can do. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. She is already accomplished more than most people twice her age, and she has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. So we can feel the vibrations even we are deaf. So she has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, people who look to her and say, if she can do it, I can, or we can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions by playing the instruments. She has accomplished most of the means demonstrated that can be very moving, and she has given the inspiration to those who are handicapped. So if she can do it, then I can. This explanation may help you. Thank you for supporting, guys. Like, share and subscribe me.